Добър ден на всички. Добре дошли на нашата пресконференция. Драго ми е да представя днешните ни събеседници. Госпожа Ажбета Бенковска, европейски комисар по вътрешния пазар, промишлеността, предприемачите и средни предприятия. Господин Емил Караниколов, министър на икономиката. Давам думата на господин министър да ни запознае с съдържанието на днешната дискусия.
Благодаря. Здравейте. Първо, може би най-важното нещо, което искам да посоча, темата, която бяхме избрали на днешната дискусия, а именно бъдещето на индустрията на Европа, беше припозната от всички държави членки. Беше потвърдено и от представителите на индустрията, на които благодаря, че присъстваха, че всъщност това е тема, която е приоритет и за тях. Като цяло, държавите членки изразиха мнение, че споделяме виждането, че безусловно трябва да продължим усилията по изпълнение на настоящите инициативи, но също така трябва да ускориме работата и по подготовка на цялостна и дългосрочна визия за индустрията. Това, което може да извлечем от днешната дискусия е, че дългосрочната индустриална политика трябва да бъде базирана на развитието на конкурентните предимства на европейската икономика, а именно ключовите активи – добрата физическа и цифрова инфраструктура, уменията на работната сила, иновационния потенциал на европейците, доброто функциониране на пазарите, предвидимата регулаторна рамка, както и ефективното управление. От решаващо значение също да развиваме потенциала си за иновации и да го превърнем в пазарен продукт, който да създава реални предимства за европейските предприятия и потребители. Европейският съюз трябва да намери възможност да обедини усилията, за да гарантира конкурентоспособността на икономиката си и за да създаде подходящите условия за дългосрочен просперитет. Искам също така да отбележа и да отчета това, че държавите членки, които ще поемат председателство след нас, подкрепиха тази инициатива и също така потвърдиха, че ще работят по тази тема. Благодаря ви.
Благодаря, господин министър. Госпожо комисар, имате думата.
Thank you very much, Minister. First, I would like to thank the Bulgarian presidency. It was first for me, after the launching of the presidency, first occasion to discuss during the Bulgarian presidency issue of the industrial competitiveness and of the future of the European industry. We did it 2 months ago at the Formal Council under Estonian presidency, but it's very good that we still continuing this. And it's even more important that it was done in the presence of the representative of the industry, of the different association of the European industries. I think it was a very valuable discussion. We finalized with focusing on 3 things. First one, the implementation of the strategy that we have since September last year, since the Commission adopted the industrial strategy. We are working on this as a basis document. Of course, we also discussed a little bit, but I think I need to underline it, the role of the industry and our role during the discussion of the next multi-annual financial framework, so the next European budget. It's extremely important to place European industry and really to place European industry also in the next budget. And of course, we discussed a longer vision of the European industry. We cannot, of course, together invent a wheel, but what is it important? We were discussing very deeply, of course, digitalization, because we are living during the ongoing industrial digital revolution. So digitalization, circular economy, extremely important, raw materials, and very much connected with the circular economy and reuse of the different materials in Europe, and of course skills, which are for me one of, if not the most important factor for the future of the European industry. So reskilling and upskilling people, and changing the professions that are now currently ongoing. This is the very important issue. I, of course, being a commissioner for single market, again, I underline the importance of the single market for the European industry, because talking about the European industry, we are not talking about something abstract. We are talking about value chain where we have big companies, small companies, startups, a lot of them. And of course now industries, it's not only manufacturing, but also services. So that's why also the implementation and working on the current initiatives that Commission proposed on single market is extremely important. That's why I really again call and I ask my request to Bulgarian presidency also to help us with to finalize the most important files under our, maybe not the most important, but very significant for the single market. So the e-card and the single market information tool. I know maybe this name doesn't mean a lot to you, but these are really important for the tools, for the services market in Europe to make it a little bit more united. We have a single market of goods quite well developed and united in Europe, and single market for services really underdeveloped. So this is also my plea for the Bulgarian presidency, of course, to think about the long-term vision, because this is extremely important. We try to play our role with the adoption of the strategy, with our work on digital single market, on circular economy, on plastic strategy, on different sectors, on skills, of course. But this, what is ongoing on the table, the work is not finished yet. Thank you.
Благодаря ви, госпожо комисар. Сега преминаваме към въпроси и отговори. Моля всеки, който задава въпрос, да се представя с името си и медията, за която работи. Агенс Европ. Pascal.
My old friend.
At the microphone, please. Please use the mic. Okay.
Okay, sorry for that. I was used to get the mic. No, several questions. So my first question is for both of you. Do you think that in the next MFF we will have a budget specifically for to support the industrial sector in the next MFF? And then I think the French made a proposal to create a new agency for disruptive innovation. What do you think about this proposal? Do you think it can happen in the future or not? And a very last question, it's rather for you, Ms. Bienkowska. You just said a few words regarding the e-card services.
Yeah.
Do you think you have good hope that you will see an adoption of these e-card services under your mandate? Thank you.
May I, Minister? May I start with the last? Yes, I have a good hope. We are in a very offensive mood. Of course, we have a lot of discussion in the Parliament. There is a lot of division between political groups, but I still have a good hope that after really a long discussion in the Commission, in the College, after we have the proposal, and after everybody is, you've heard me saying this, that everybody repeats how important single market is for Europe and how we have to celebrate its 25th anniversary. I think for the 25th anniversary, we have to have this little step done with the e-card. On budget, I don't think, of course, the discussions are ongoing, but I don't think we will see something like industrial heading. But for example, what we are doing now is linking regional policy with our industrial activities. So smart specialization platform, for example. So what we want to achieve, because I don't think, and what could be under such heading, this is very difficult, but we want industry to be seen as one of the most important sector in our future financing. But of course it will be done by different, because it must be done, by different tool, by different heading, by different financial meaning, because if we are talking about the skills and about investment, I don't know, in the innovation, it's of course there are completely different tools and completely different financial strengths. So on this. And the third question was on? for the disruptive technologies. You know, again, today I was repeating also to our Norwegian and Swiss colleagues that definitely not one level doesn't have a certificate to do something on industry. We have to do it together. So, for example, now we are working on, in April probably we will adopt and propose communication on the artificial intelligence. And also today we had a discussion with different member states, what they are doing in their respective member states, in their respective countries, really to prepare, not even to prepare, to push industry forward, because not even to prepare, we are living in the digital revolution, so they must be prepared. So I think it's one puzzle of many, this proposal, which could add to this general thinking in Europe about industry. We are still the industrial power globally. We are still industrial power. But definitely in such a times as now, we need to think thoroughly and detailedly about what can we do, because we will not invent instead of industry. We can propose them some money. We can. I think again on my favorite subject. I think where European Commission can make a difference are skills, because this is an area where we can do a little, really a lot. Of course, not as during the educational system, basic one, because this is competence only of the member states. But reskilling, upskilling, we have a lot of money in the social fund for this. We just need to prepare them for the future. So I think it's all of the initiatives going forward. Today we had a non-paper from Germans and Luxembourgish on the future of the industry. Extremely interesting. Of course, again, not giving us any extremely new ideas that we are not thinking about, but just putting them all together in the right perspective. Thank you.
Относно многогодишната финансова рамка, като министър на икономиката бих искал да подпомагаме всеки сектор, но това може би не е възможно навсякъде. Това, което чух обаче от индустрията, те искат от нас да има диалог и предвидимост и наистина да се случват нещата. Беше обърнато внимание на административните тежести. Това е нещо, което аз мисля, че и на национално ниво, и на ниво Европейски съюз всички може да работим. Благодаря.
Други въпроси? Българско национално радио.
Наталия Гънчевска, БНР. Искам да ви попитам как Европейската комисия и Европейския съюз като цяло ще защитава конкурентоспособността на европейската икономика предвид азиатския и американския икономически натиск.
Към кого е въпросът?
This is a question for the whole lecture. Everything what we are doing is to preserve the European competitiveness. You know, you can, of course, we are, Minister and me, we are responsible for this economic side, but also economic side is our trade agreements and our trade activities with the others. Also protecting our market from for example, from the unsafe products. This is what we are proposing in the goods package. So this is really extremely wide subject. But I can just refer to what I've said before. We need at the European level propose some framework under which all of the member states, with their own ideas, because of course mostly all of the member states have their strategies about digitalization, about the future. But they need to be really framework under one, if I may put it like this, European umbrella. And we then, during the current discussion on the MFF, we should propose and we should build a good ground for some investment into, let's call it like this, industrial competitiveness. But this is really much wider than I can respond it now. Everything what we are doing, starting from circular economy, as I said, preparing ourselves for the completely new business models, for the completely new way of doing business, for the completely new value chain, everything what we are doing for our small and medium-sized enterprises, because this is not detached. You know, you cannot talk about the industry, not speaking about small and medium-sized enterprise, which we treat sometimes as something completely separated. 98, I think, percent, I don't know, 7, 8, 80%, 98% European companies are small and medium-sized companies. So they are present in any value chain of any industry. So if we are proposing something for the innovation, for the upskilling of the digital skills, for SMEs, it means it also plays its role for the competitiveness of the European industry. Let me put it this way broadly a little bit, but the question was like ocean.
Други въпроси? Българска национална телевизия.
Данска българска национална телевизия. Аз исках да ви попитам, говорите за дигитално свързана индустрия, но кои ще бъдат ключовите сектори в индустрията, които са набелязани да се развиват в Европа? И също така един от проблемите в момента е енергоемкостта на индустрията на Стария континент. Какви мерки са набелязани в тази връзка и доколко може да се говори за конкурентна среда при доставката на източници на енергия? Благодаря.
Me again. As far as the energy-intensive industries, definitely the circular economy is a package for them. This is definitely a package that is preparing them for the new era of doing business, because this package is built on our previous raw material initiatives. We do not have enough raw materials in Europe. Very, very simple statement. So we need to also to reuse everything what we are producing. And this is very much connected with digitalization. For example, one of the car maker is now proposing a car, which after using it, after a few years, will be completely dismantled and new car will be produced out of this. So this is kind of, you know, and I cannot tell you which sector will be the most developed or will be as the first to develop this digital connectivity, because everyone, as you probably also observe better than me then, for sure. Everyone sector is now under, has this digital challenges. From my perspective, my favorite candidate for now is automotive industry, but I don't know even whether to start this subject. Please don't ask me a question about this. I mean, not Bulgarians, but my friend from Brussels. So automotive industry, definitely in the automotive industry, you can see like under the, microscope, every tendencies and every also hiccups that are happening in the whole industry. Know about the automotive industry and the monkeys.
Връзките за добавената стойност са инструмент за развитие на предприятията. Цифровизацията също е такава. Но тя не трябва да изключва сектори. Тя ще обхване абсолютно всички сектори. Сектора, който споменахте, батериите също са много интересен сектор като развитие, но не трябва да изключваме никакви сектори. Благодаря.
Други въпроси на Радио К?
Definitely, but this is also connected with the automotive industry, so batteries. The European producer of the batteries. Sorry, I'm too talkative. Now
Здравейте, Радио К2, Деница Гацинска. Въпросът ми е към еврокомисар Бянковска и министър Караниколов. Какво място в индустриалната политика се отрежда на справянето с процесите на преструктуриране и загуба на работни места? И в частност за България ние имаме проблем с недостига на квалифицирани работни кадри, което се дължи на икономическия модел, който е базиран на ниски данъци, но и ниски заплати. Какви стимули и какво решение може да търсим тук? И господин Караниколов, вие споменахте, че Европейския съюз ще развива иновациите като двигател на икономическия процес. Може ли повече подробности? Благодаря.
Maybe Minister
Благодаря. Проблема с работната сила не е само в България. Имат много държави членки на Европейския съюз с високи данъци, т.е. по-високи от нашите, но и там има този проблем. Всъщност това обсъждахме и на днешната дискусия. Науката и образованието трябва ефективно да се влее в икономиката. Иновациите, вече казах, това трябва да ги превърнем, потенциала на иновациите трябва да бъде превърнат в пазарен продукт. Тоест ние трябва да инвестираме в образование, наука и в иновации. Мисля, че това е най-краткият отговор. Благодаря.
On the robots taking jobs from people, you know, as we started our work, maybe not even 3 years ago, but 2.5 or 2 years ago, I was also sure about the thesis that probably robots will take jobs from the people. Now I think completely differently. We don't know what will happen in 10 or 15 or 20 years' time. We don't know what kind of new jobs will be created. We don't know even we don't know what kind of professions disappear, but what new one will appear again. So that's why I underline all the time how skills are important, because this is, and you know, fast adoption of the skills and preparing the people to the new jobs. I'm quite sure, and this is my statement for now, that robots will not take jobs from the people if those people are rightly trained and rightly educated.
Hello, I'm Antoinette Rossi and I write for a science policy publication called Research Europe. You're both mentioning a lot about innovation and digitalization in science. Did you discuss today about increasing, doubling the money for the next framework program?
Increasing, doubling, of course. Today we have not discussed it. This was not this council, but of course, me personally, I said it 2 or 3 times, that we need also with the member states, because their role is the most, or as important as the others 2 institutions. If we agree that this is important subject for the whole Europe, we need to think about next MFF. But of course, we have not discussed any figures, any doubling or whatever. Everybody knows what is the situation. Everybody knows where we are now as a Commission, because you for sure also know, because Commissioner Oettinger's make it very public where we are and how fast we want to be. To have the whole decision taken before the next Parliament comes. So there was nothing about figures, definitely not. What we know from the many speeches probably that you've heard, this focus on research, innovation, horizon will be very high, definitely. But what we should see there also is industry. I mean, not even by the names, because the heading is not, the name of the heading is not the most important, but we need to see this, to have the sense the industry is also a very important topic on the next budget.
Има ли други въпроси? Не виждам. Тогава не ни остава нищо друго, освен един последен Ажан Сароп.
Sorry, me again.
Yes.
Very last question for Ms. Bienkowska, because you mentioned it. You talk about the scandal of Volkswagen.
No, we have not spoke about it. No, I mentioned this. We have not spoke about it. I mentioned automotive industry, that it's the best example for different, you know, problems and challenges for the future. But we have not discussed it at all today.
Okay, but
I discussed it with myself only, not with the others.
Okay.
So,
but okay, good.
so it's not public.
Does the Commission want maybe to? Does the Commission have contact with Volkswagen regarding this scandal, or will the Commission do anything regarding the recent revelations related to human beings test and monkeys test?
We are constantly in contact with car makers, but also with the member states, which are the most important partner also for us, because they can do a lot. For now, We are discussing internally. On Monday, we will have discussion in the European Parliament on this issue because I was asked to present it at the plenary, and that is what I can say to you. But I think it's a scandal.
Предлагам да приключим нашата пресконференция. Благодаря на комисар Бенковска, на министър Караниколов и на вас за интереса и интересните въпроси.
Благодарим.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Minister.